first time in a long time, but back like I never left. Taking these things as it comes, you know me, I don't read ahead. Watch me burn down everything, BDE on the TV set. When I'm in control on the road, you can never really know what's up next.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for Up Next, postwrestling.com, Apple Podcast, Spotify, whatever podcast app you use.
And twitch.tv/upnextpodcast. Hello, Twitch and YouTube room.
Hello, Twitch and YouTube.
youtube.com/upnext.
Yep.
Sorry, we're all in a fluster here.
We're all in a fluster.
At not the BDE.
Yeah, so we just went on a vacation. Hi, we're Braden and Davie. We'll talk about NXT tonight, but there's a lot to talk about. I mean, right now, we are not in the BDE. We're in a makeshift BDE.
We're trying our best.
We're actually in an Air BDE, an Airbnb DE. So basically, while we were away for our trip to New York, which we'll get into, there was a renovation starting on our apartment. And as you guys know, we're roommates. We live together. And we basically were like, okay, that means when we come back from our trip, we're going to be in some sort of place to be until the reno.
Temporary.
Yeah. So our landlord put us in a Airbnb. And after getting back from our trip, it's like a whole new trip. So, I mean, if you're watching on the YouTube or Twitch, we don't have our set. We're just in a nice little condo in the Junction in Toronto.
It's amazing the stuff you forget. It's so easy living at home. It's we need this for the show. We need this.
Yeah.
We got to today and we're like, fuck. We didn't bring the camera.
Yeah, I had to go back to get the camera and the tripod.
So apologies to those watching live being a little late today because we had to figure out a set. We always get the overrun with NXT and we're like, fuck, how are we doing this? We realise we've only got one extension cable between us.
Yeah.
So we've completely rearranged this living room for this show tonight. And we're wearing our Pasta Lovers Times Square t-shirts, which are brilliant. But looking at our set, maybe not the best idea because we're just white on white on white.
We're just wearing white t-shirts with a white background. Yeah. So it's been an interesting couple of days since returning back to our city, just because it's not been great for us, actually. So we're finally in this Airbnb, and we're going to be here for the next few days. So we're going to be recording some shows.
Probably going to be two of these up next on
it's makeshift
at this place. Yeah.
So hey, you wanna send a coffee or a seltzer our way? Patreon.com/upnext.
Yes.
$5 a month. The gift that gives us the gift of keep giving you gifts.
Well, I think that's a great transition because it is patreon.com/upnext for this month. But if you were at the post-wrestling 5-year anniversary show in Newark, New Jersey this past Saturday, which we'll go into in a little bit, we made a big announcement. And I think it's time to give the big announcement live on Up Next as well.
Yeah, huge announcement. If you are a patron and you've been listening to our shows, you've definitely been cued in on what kind of is happening. No, Up Next is not going away. Mm-hmm. It's never going to go away. By God, we're going to talk about NXT until I can't talk no more. Forever. Exactly. We'll always talk about NXT.
Which will last longer, you or NXT?
NXT for sure at this rate.
Yeah.
No, so we'll always be doing Up Next. It's a show that will never ever go away, but we kind of want to branch our wings and kind of escape using NXT and basically our name and branding. And if you know us, we like to call ourselves the BDE. Well, wouldn't you know it, that's a name that's been taken. So we've been working on a whole new podcast feed, a whole new everything. In fact, it'll stay this feed. Just some of the names will be changing.
Yeah, so if you're already a Patreon subscriber, don't worry. You don't need to
do anything.
Cancel and sign up to anything new. Everything should, knock on wood, seamlessly transition over at the beginning of next month, where we'll no longer be Up Next, but...
Yes, we will be going forward with a podcast channel that will be run exclusively by myself and Davie, and featuring some brand new shows, some shows that you may already hear, But the podcast channel and the brand, we are now going forward as calling ourselves the Poison Rana Podcast. So Poison Rana, you will get hit with. So yeah, we'll always be the BD.
We'll be hitting you over the head with this stuff as well going into the new month.
QXT nightclub.
if you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube, you may have seen the unveiling of our logo. Just before the show started, and we'll put it on our socials and everything for you all to see. But yes, Poison Rana moving forward, we're super excited. This is something we've talked about for like over a year. I think this kind of change. We finally are pulling the trigger. We're crazy excited about it.
Robert Pearson, who we'll definitely talk about a bit more, he's done a lot of work for Post Wrestling, obviously, and for us, and he and us worked together to make this awesome logo with the frog and skull and crossbones, and it's just awesome. We're gonna have brand new shows. We're gonna basically, I'll let you know, BD Elite will soon cease to exist. We will be doing one tomorrow night. But that show basically will become a show that we just basically do a week of some wrestling talk. So the Poison Rana show will basically be us talking about everything that we kind of do already on that show. So
I think in doing so we can like cut down a bit of like the news stuff at the beginning of Up Next, but we'll have essentially like a new style show. We'll absolutely be covering Dynamite in quite a bit of detail on that show. So BD Elite is kind of just changing, but it means we can have some more fun. We can dive into ridiculous rumors that have been going around. We can maybe throw some interviews on there and things like that. So a bit of a change of format, but I think it's one that I'm pretty excited about. And it lets us to really go a bit more in detail about some stuff that sometimes we skip over a bit at the beginning of these shows.
Yeah, I'd say inspiration of it would be the original Law, basically having different segments and talking about different stuff. So that's going to be a project that you will be seeing in the coming future here at Up Next. Poison Rana, you're about to get hit with it. So can't wait to share all that fun stuff that we're going to be doing. So podcast galore. And but if you're already following, we'll be changing over some things. But for now, you know where to find us at Up Next Podcast so far. See, we don't want NXT's just been rubbed through the mud and the colorful paint so much that we're just running away from it.
We're going to get pretty colorful too.
Our logo's pretty colorful, yeah. I mean, it fits us. We are quite a Poison Rana. I mean, it's the best move in wrestling, so we just decided it sounds cool, so why not? That's some changes that are coming in the future. But don't worry, Up Next will not disappear, because that will just continue to be a show where we're talking about NXT, which we will dive into. But I mean, we told the people last Saturday in New York, New Jersey, at this post-wrestling 5-year anniversary, and it was quite a show. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll... I think Robert might be working on ways we can maybe put the audio out there for the show. But we did play one of our games, and a title was defended.
That's right.
And hopefully at some point... we'll say it eventually, but hopefully some point we'll be able to post that.
It got wild. It turned into a pretty crazy game, I mean, it was awesome. Basically, John and Wade did this party. Robert Pearson, Real Digital, man. These guys definitely know what they're doing. They are an incredibly talented group of people, and we were just happy to be like the curtain jerkers there. And we talked a bit to the crowd. We played these games, which was a lot of fun. We got some laughs. That's pretty much what we do this for anyways. The pops.
We're like funny as fuck, to be honest.
Yeah, we're pretty hilarious.
We're funny people,
Yeah. Hire us for your weddings and bar mitzvahs and whatever else you need. Two funny guys.
All we ask is we can plug.
A plug, always plugging. Just make sure you always
at least
plug.
One plug per wedding.
Yeah, wait till we get these frogs on a hoodie. You're all gonna get the plugs for that.
Or a veil.
A veil? Yeah, for the wedding.
For the wedding. Yeah.
This was a fun event. Basically, we were there. John and Wade did a live show. We were part of this, and we got to meet so many listeners. Finally, got to meet people in person. This was the post-wrestling multiverse come to life. This was everything it could have dreamed of. It made me so happy and gave me all the warm fuzzies inside. Getting to meet people for the first time, like Andrew Thompson. He's been a part of post-wrestling and part of our little podcast, fun as well. So just to finally get to meet him was great.
Yeah, it was definitely the highlight of the trip, was kind of hanging out, meeting all these people we've been podcasting with for years now. It was bizarre because we went for dinner on the Friday, and that was kind of the first time that
Pasta lovers.
the Avengers assembled.
Right.
Shout out Pasta lovers. Shout out Juan Carlos. And yeah, Andrew Thompson was there, and I said to him, have you met anyone here before? And he was like, let me think. No, I haven't. And there's this weird thing, because we've been chatting, especially kind of over the pandemic and stuff, where we've really got to know these people. Sometimes it takes you a second before you realise, hang on, I haven't actually ever met you in person before. But
I've talked to you over Zoom a million times.
I don't feel like it's this awkward, hi, or who are you? It's just like, it's Benno, it's Andrew.
Yeah, dude, it was so awesome. And Benno was another one. I couldn't wait to meet him. And shout out the Grapple lads. And man, that was awesome. Stephanie Chase as well. WH Park was on his best behavior.
Oh, yeah.
John Cena.
He was on great form.
Yeah, he impressed for sure. John Cena, part of our crew as well. Fantastic. Jordan Goodman, fantastic stuff. He's going to be a big part of our podcast channel going forward as well. It was a whole
Mike Murray and the girls.
Mike Murray and his kids. Man, the whole thing was there. And Scrump. Scrump was there. Yeah, dude. Everything was just hitting, man. It was awesome, and it was just so cool to kind of meet all these people in this weird wrestling niche world of podcasting.
I owe Scrump $8.
Oh yeah. For the shirt.
I paid for this shirt, but I forgot to pay him for Juan Carlos's shirt.
Oh man.
So we got when went to New York for Grand Slam, John Cena, Dicky, and I went to this bar which was next to our hotel called Pasta Lovers.
Yeah.
And we didn't actually try the food. We just sat at the bar and drank espresso martinis.
Okay.
And got chatting to the bartender,
Juan Carlos,
who was wonderful. So when we were trying to book a restaurant for this Friday night, I thought, let's just try it there. And it was very nice. So we made Juan Carlos one of these T-shirts.
It's really ridiculous.
Handed it to him. He was delighted. He looked ecstatic.
He broke down. He cried.
Yeah. So my plan next year is I need a photo of
him,
us wearing the shirt with Juan Carlos holding up the shirt, and that's going to become
a shirt.
The shirt,
right?
That we give him next year.
Let's hope he still works there.
And then every year it's like what wasn't there that? Isn't there a Macaulay Culkin with Ryan Gosling?
Yeah. They put each other on shirts and stuff.
I want to do that.
Hopefully he's still there. They did share the photo on their account, which is hilarious.
They love it. Our waiter wasn't sure.
He thought we were taking the piss out of them, and we were like, no, you don't understand. We love pasta. This place is meant for us, pasta lovers. New York was a trip. I mean, we did a lot of stuff. We are going to do BD Elite tomorrow, chatting about tomorrow night's Dynamite. So we'll leave all the AEW full gear chat and chit chat for tomorrow night on that show. So listen to that show on this feed. But New York, as a whole, I got to really, I just like exploring and going around and eating fantastic food, and it was just a wondrous week. And you always get the when you're back from vacation, oh man, just want to be back eating pizza.
Yeah, I unfortunately had food poisoning for a good 3 days.